right. We are live. Welcome back, everyone. J Bone here for Smash This Podcast. War Dog, what is up? Good evening to you, sir. Or what time? I don't know. I don't even know. What time is it by you? Is it early morning by you? Can't remember. $420, please. Alrighty then. Oh, that's funny. All right. A little early for that, isn't it? No, I'm kidding. It's a good time for any good time is anytime's a good time for that. Oh my goodness. Yeah. See, this is why we're cracking some caffeine open late because I gotta stay up late. So we're on here and we're doing this. We're just here to talk a few things live. Some updates on stuff that I've been kind of watching throughout the last day or so. We've got some updates on LAX. We got some updates on something that didn't look like it made a lot of news or that a lot of people were talking about, but I'm going to talk about it because, I mean, it's nothing confirmed. But I still think it's worth talking about. So we're going to talk a little bit of AEW television updates, which I think is interesting. And then we're going to talk about some good bros, some good brothers. Well, in fact, you know what? Let's start out with that. And this kind of comes through as far as like confirmation of what is happening with them. They're not big social media dwellers. So, you know, you're not going to hear WWE folks say a lot on social media, be like, oh, by the way, I re-signed with the company. You just don't see that much from them. But it was in the news that their contracts were coming up. So there was a lot of people, you know, kind of wondering if they were going to maybe just leave on their own accord once their contracts were up. And then, you know, join AEW or go back to Japan. You know, I know there's been some talk about that too. That's where they came from in the first place. They were big. Well, I mean, they were kind of all over the place, but they were, you know, they were big in Japan. Global Force Wrestling took advantage of their buzz and had them. In fact, that's where I met them, and they were New Japan Tag Team Champs at the time. But I had the T-shirt up here, but my little shit of a cat was clawing at it, so I took it down. So I'm gonna put it back up here somehow, some way, because it's autographed and it's an old school Bullet Club shirt, and I love it. It's different and it's autographed, so it's not one I'm gonna wear. It's gonna go back up at some point. I just don't know exactly how I'm gonna put it up. If I'm gonna put it up, frame it, whatever, I have no idea. Jackson, what's up? So in the last Being the Elite, they had these little notes written down that they were talking about, but they didn't really discuss all of them. But they basically had a bunch of stuff scribbled down on a notepad, showed the camera real quick, and then panned out. One of those things was Good Brothers crossed out. So that is pretty much a sure sign in my book. You know, and I haven't heard anything official. There is stuff and speculation going around from what I heard that they did re-sign their 5-year deals that you know, they keep, you know, kicking off these fabulous 5-year deals. And I know people laugh at that and people cringe at that. You got to remember, folks, whether you like what's going on in the WWE right now, like, hey, it ain't my cup of tea right now. I'm hearing horrible things, so I'm staying away. I haven't watched the last several weeks. I heard some positive things about Kevin Owens tonight, but that doesn't make me like curious enough to tune into SmackDown. I got to hear a lot more positive things than that for me to tune in. I'm not going to tune in for one guy. One guy is not going to save a show. It's got to be a pretty much, War Dog says Raw was shit again. Yeah, that's what I've heard. And I keep telling my wife, I'm like, if you want to watch it, go ahead. And I think she kind of misses watching it with me, but I've become so just impatient with I don't want to say bitter because that makes me sound like a freaking snowflake, but it's just, I can't take what these 1 to 2 minute matches. No, I can't do it. I can't freaking do it. Wrestling fans deserve better. And the performers deserve better. Do you think they want to do 1 minute matches? Hell no. But they're getting a damn good paycheck, so they just shut up and do what they're told. But back to the Good Brothers, they've got families to take care of. They got kids, they got significant others, wives, whatever, Carl Anderson and his hot Asian wife and his kid. He jokes about once in a while. That shit just cracks me up. My hot Asian wife. Hey, that'll happen if you spend that much time over in Japan. You get a hot Asian wife. Oh man. But yeah, I mean, it's guaranteed money. It's job security. You keep your nose clean, you do well. You stick with guys like AJ Styles and you're home free, man. I mean, their future is set for the next 5 years, assuming they stay healthy and all goes well. And you can't criticize them for that. I mean, yeah, we can wish that they went somewhere else and that we want to see something from the Young Bucks versus Good Brothers or the Club or whatever, but, and that's not to say it still won't happen down the road sometime, but for now, it's not in the cards. And as wrestling fans, we just got to wish them well, I hope, I mean, they're doing good with AJ now. It looks like, they got a heel turn. They're kind of putting the club back together and stuff. And, War Dog says they're just there for the paychecks. Yeah, that's part of it. But I mean, there's got to be more to it than that. We don't know what conversations went on between them and the people in the big offices and whatever, the people that make the deals and whatever. I mean, obviously, things in the last couple of years haven't gone that great. So that had to have been part of the conversation. We're not going to know. So we can't assume anything, Demon Rock says, hey, Jay, I'm so happy YouTube has come back to Fire TV. Oh, that's interesting. I don't have that. So, well, that's cool. Is that what you're watching me on? Is TV? Cool. I watch some YouTube stuff on my TV once in a while too. It's just through an app. It's because it's one of those smart TVs or whatever. So So, I'm happy for the Good Brother. If they're happy, I'm happy. Whatever. I may not be watching them on a consistent basis, but whatever. It is what it is. So, um, one other thing that was mentioned on the Being the Elite and those little notes that they quick showed in in the episode was October. I believe it was October 2nd. I had to pause it just right. You don't have cable. Okay. Jay Busy. Start calling you Jacques Busy. Styles. Yo, yo, yo. What's up? Getting some viewers in here. Nice. So it looks like now this is not confirmed. I just wanted to talk about this. So don't think, oh, J-Bone said it was definite. No, I'm not saying it was definite. So just chill your panties, folks. Chill your panties. October 2nd is a Wednesday. And if they put out, or if the news came out that they were trademarking Wednesday Night Dynamite as a show for TNT, then it looks like the debut date might be October 2nd. So mark that on your calendars. I should say, pencil it in, like the classic saying, like, oh yeah, we'll write it in pen. It's definite. No, pencil it in. We're not positive. But I'm definitely going to mark that down on my calendar because, man, if that's the debut on TNT, whew, get ready, folks. For me personally, look, and if you're not excited about it, that's fine. And, I get that. Not everybody's excited about it. There are some people that are straight up like they just can't stand it. And I'm not sure why you would be angry at something different. Hell, I've changed a lot over the years as a wrestling fan, and I mean a lot. You get so used to watching the WWE stuff, and I realized over the course of this last year that a lot of people, when this hit me, excuse me, when this hit me, it hit me like a ton of bricks. People are watching out of habit. And when I realized I was watching out of habit and not because I wanted to, everything changed. Everything changed. I was like, oh my God, I don't have to watch it, even though I've been watching it religiously for freaking ever. So am I welcoming the change? Hell yeah. Sorry, I didn't silence my phone. Sorry. Okay. So yeah. And that's the thing. I didn't see a lot of people talking about it. So I wanted to bring it up and just, see what you, the fans, whether you're a fan or not, if you're a fan, great. What do you think of it? I'm excited about it. Sad news about LAX. Okay, let's get into LAX. That was the main reason for going live, is I wanted to talk about LAX a little bit. Gene says, sad news about LAX, bro. I may be done with Impact. We can't retain these talents. Chat on my phone. Oh, that's awesome. Thanks. Thanks, Dustin. Left and right there, leaving, dude. How do they expect to have a serious TV deal when do you think Killer Cross is leaving? I don't think Killer Cross is leaving. I think he's going to stick out his contract. It's a little all right. Let's talk about LAX first. So this came out today. I got a couple things up here. Ooh, all the thumbs down. Ooh. You make me so sad. All the thumbs down. Oh. I know who's doing it too. I ain't stupid. It's too damn funny. Oh, he's talking about this. Oh. Oh. All right. Where? Damn it. It's in one of these. Shit. Miscellaneous. Here we go. All right. So this is courtesy of PW Insider by way of ringsidenews.com. So it was reported that LAX's contracts with Impact Wrestling were done, and that their final match was at Slammiversary, where a kayfabe injury took place. However, that might not be 100% the case. PW Insider reports that Santana and Ortiz contracts with Impact Wrestling are not up yet. A quick bring up one more thing here. Give me just a second. Oh, that was cute. Come on. Oh, for crying out loud. Come on, Twitter. Work with me. My goodness. All right, where is it? Okay. So I'll keep reading here. I wanted to bring up one other thing along with this. Okay, their current deals reportedly aren't up until August. LAX does have opportunities to show up at Impact Wrestling's television tapings and their Twitch events. The company is reportedly trying to work on a new deal with them, but one has yet to be reached. The reports that both WWE and AEW have offers for them was not refuted. That very well could be the case because Santana and Ortiz really came into their, and this is just an opinion thing here, but this is still great to hear a site like Ringside News state this. And this is, I mean, Impact fans will say the same thing, so I agree with this. They came into their own the last couple of years and pulled off some great feuds with Impact with the Lucha Bros, OGs, and others. Now it looks like the real estate value is high enough that they could be players when their contracts are up in August. All right, so there's that, but then a few hours ago or earlier today, whatever, Santana put out a picture of himself coming down the ramp of Impact, and he put this: "We've been blessed to have built such a strong and loyal fan base throughout the years. You are all constantly reminding us how truly special all this is, and to take in every second of our journey. It means the world, and we thank you for taking this ride with us." Now that is an interesting tweet because it doesn't flat out say "see ya," and it doesn't flat out say goodbye, but it does say thank you. And that could mean a lot of things. That could just be just a legit, hey, yeah, we know there's people talking about us. And we thank you for all your support. I don't know. Let's jump in the chat here for a second. Oh, what's with the hate? Oh, you'd have to watch my last video where I did a little mini rant on someone who spoiled something for me that I didn't appreciate. Oh, and his message to me this morning was, I have to change my tampon. Gotta love him. Gotta love him. So he won't be back around unless he makes a new YouTube channel to come follow me and give me all the thumbs down he wants to. Because God knows that happens. Yeah. It's fun. It's fun. War Dog says Impact will be okay. I bet they will sign with AEW, but still work with Impact. I don't see anybody doing that. If you're with AEW, you're going to be with AEW. There's a lot of people working their last indie dates this summer because once they hit the road for TV this fall, I mean, you can't assume anything, but I would assume that that's it. You're with them. You're on the road. You're traveling for AEW dates, which is kind of reason why you don't see, just for example, you don't see Lucha Brothers on MLW anymore. They got written off by the Contra. You don't see Lucha Brothers on Impact anymore. They were put in the alumni section. Under a different name, of course. Yeah, I mean, I don't know who has the rights to the Latin American exchange, which we don't call them that much. It's always LAX. And so I did a little, I don't want to say research because it's really not research, but just for shits and giggles, I went through, because those are the two that you would assume that they would do. I haven't heard anything about the possibility of them going to New Japan, which I suppose it is a possibility. I don't know if there's any feelers going out to LAX from overseas. I don't know. And I'm not going to say there isn't. There might be. I have no idea. A lot of people just assume AEW or WWE. So I looked at All Elite Wrestling. And I looked at their ever-growing roster. And I just kind of went down the page. Let's count all the tag teams that AEW already has, okay? They got Angelico and Jack Evans. They got SCU. They got Chucky T and Trent, which are best friends. Okay, so BF. All right. You got, okay, so then next here is SEMA. So we'll just say that there's a good choice. There's a good chance that they're going to have some team possibly on a regular basis from OWE. Okay, so that's a possibility. You've got, I mean, you could see Cody and Dustin, but I don't think they're going to do tagging on a regular basis because I don't think Dustin's going to be, I shouldn't say around much longer. That sounds like he's going to like die or something. dear God, no. I just don't think he's, yeah, I think he's got a few more matches in him and he might hang it up. Just guessing. Okay, so then you got the Lucha Bros. Dropping my pen. You've got, now this isn't official, but it looks like you're going to have Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus teaming up at some point. They're coming out together already. They might as well, right? You've got, of course, you got the Young Bucks. Michael Nakazawa. You got Private Party. And you've got the Dark Order. Folks, if you want to cross one off because it's not a definite thing, let's cross off the OWE. Even if you do cross that off, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tag teams. And that covers well over half of their roster right now is tag team wrestling. I don't know if they're going to want to add another tag team. If they do, it might be the strongest tag team division in professional wrestling. And I don't know if you could dispute that because there's a lot of damn good tag teams there. Some you might not know, some you might know very well. But damn, that's a lot of tag teams. If you look at, and now I haven't watched NXT in a long time, but I went down the list looking at their current television roster of NXT. They have 2, 3 tag teams. They kind of need tag teams. Now, as much as God, don't get me started. As much as I don't want to see LAX go to the WWE and become another Lucha House Party because they're from south of the border. If you don't know, they're from Puerto Rico by way of New York. As much as and I don't want to see, and I've said this about the Lucha House Party because they come out with the piñatas and we're Mexican and they're as Mexican can be. And okay. Look what they did with the colognes, for crying out loud. Dear God. Look what they did with the ever classic Mexicools, which I think when I was watching, I didn't realize what it was at the time. I just loved the Mexicools, and I didn't realize how racist it was. And then looking back on it now, it's like, oh my God. I didn't realize that the Mexicans and doing the lawn mowing was a thing until I started to see it at my ex's condo association. That's not me being racist. That's just a thing. Okay. It's just, it's out there. It's a thing. So it just hit me one day and I was like, oh my God, this is real, isn't it? So, and that doesn't mean that's what happened to LAX. Okay. But their track record for Mexican, Puerto Rican, whatever, south of the border, not too hot in some people's opinions. So, but if you look at as far as who needs tag teams, it's NXT. And I've said it once, I've said it a million times. If it's their goal to someday get to that big stage of the WWE, you can't fault them for that. That's their dream. And who are we to stop that? I'll say that from now until the day I die. As a wrestling fan on here, just to remind people, put yourself in them, put in their shoes for a second. You know, we can complain all we want. You know, hell, I complain too. I'm not taking the WWE shtick right now. Do I watch it? No. But am I going to be pissed because someone signs a 5-year deal and they want to support their family and give them, you know, um, a future? No. You know, let's jump back in the chat here for a bit. Did you say the Lucha Bros? I'm pretty sure I said the Lucha Bros. Excuse me. Aside from Moose, Callahan, and Eddie Edwards, Impact Management are signing talents that really don't care about the brand. These guys are there for a year or two, 3 the max, and jump ship. The reason why we're seeing so much of that is because the wrestling world has changed significantly within the last few years. You know, there weren't a lot of places to get signed or to hope to like make big money at. Now all of a sudden, you're starting to see companies pull out their you know, their wallets. WWE has all that money from overseas, so they're just spending it like it's no tomorrow. AEW is also backed by a billionaire, and they're trying to build their roster. And I love the fact that people are like, "Oh, AEW is so greedy." Shut up! They're building their What are they supposed to run a show with 3 people? It's not greed. They're building their company. It's stupid. So yeah, there's the companies are the wrestling landscape has just been evolving so much and changing, and it's a crazy time to be a wrestling fan. I mean, there really is a buzz in the air similar to like there was 20 years ago. And that's when I just started watching again, you know, when I started watching WCW again. And I could care less about the WWE. Oh my God, 20 years has come and gone. And look, I'm right back where I was 20 years ago. Could care less about what the WWE is doing right now. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy. War Dog says he wants Johnny to sign with AEW. Yeah, you know, that's hard. That's a hard one to, I don't know. I don't know where he's going to sign. Corbeil, what's up? It's only greedy if they're cooling talents that are already signed. Right, yeah. Eli, what's up? Hey, bro, Johnny should go to AEW, but I think he wants to do movies. I'm sure he wants the freedom to do stuff like that, and he may not have the freedom to do stuff like that or projects or whatever. I know he's working on some kind of like movie thing that he did with Taya and Cross and a handful of people. It's the Iron Sheik Massacre or something, and it's all homemade. It's all self-produced. And I have no clue when it's coming out or what exactly it is. But that's been something he's been working on and off the last year, I want to say. Between a year to 2 years, I think. So, yeah, I mean, if he goes back to the WWE, he's not going to be able to do stuff like that. Because, number one, he's not going to have the time. And number two, well, he would have the money to do it, but they probably wouldn't give him the freedom to do something like that. And if he signs with AEW, if he just sticks with like the weekly shows, he would have the time, because every contract that AEW is different. You know, it's unique, so it's interesting. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what his goals are in wrestling anymore. He's had a crazy last 5 years between AAA, Lucha Underground, and Impact Wrestling, and has completely reignited his wrestling career. Now he wants to move on to a new chapter. We got to wait and see. WCW Blood telling me goodbye. WWE. Nah, they're not going anywhere. They may lose fans, but they're not going anywhere. No. Johnny won't have any time to do outside projects if he returns to WWE. You're right. Yeah. I mean, he could sign as a part-time guy, but I don't think he wants to do that. And I don't think WWE would allow him to do that either. I don't know. What if Johnny follows what Eli did and signs with NWA? They're a dark horse. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, NWA is pretty much aligning themselves with Ring of Honor right now, and they only have like a few key people in their roster, if you want to call it a roster. They've got their champs, and that's about it. Um, it's the slowest build of a brand ever. I mean, I don't want to see the NWA go away. Don't get me wrong, but it's just not where I think people thought it was going to be, because it's officially been around just a little over a year now, a year and a half. This reboot from oh my god, Corgan rebooting it, buying it. I don't know. He could. See, MLW Jacob Fatu is a beast. Moonsault is insane. Jacob Fatu is a bona fide star. He's got an exclusive deal with MLW right now. He's their new champ. And man, this summer is really going to be building his resume for the future. He's gonna stick around with MLW for a while and get a buzz around him. And I don't know where he's gonna go from there, but I'm loving him on MLW because it makes MLW look that much bigger in my eyes. That's me, because he's oh my god. You know, it just brings back memories of Umaga. He's the son of the Tongan kid, so he's got that lineage in him, and it's just, he's a star, total star. Johnny won't have anything. Oh, I read that. Okay, see. Okay, here we go. NWA would be an interesting route. Go for Johnny. And again, they only do a handful of events a year. Yeah. If Rude leaves. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he's sticking around, if he enjoys working the main event or what. People shouldn't think anything fast track wise when it comes to the NWA. Even Billy Corgan said it was a 20-year plan. Oof. Hope his bank account builds interest fast, because and if he's going to do big things with it, he needs to find a Tony Khan. He needs to find people that are going to invest in the NWA for it to really jumpstart and go someplace. Until that happens, Corgan's only got so much money. He's got several millions, but it's going to cost a lot. I mean, I have no clue, like, just to compare it to a company like MLW, I have no clue what kind of money Kurt Bauer has and who he has funding him, funding MLW, how that's even going. I have no idea, but MLW got some good stars, man. I hope they have a TV deal, which I'm hearing, and pay-per-view. Yeah, MLW does have a TV deal. They're on BN Sports. And you can watch their stuff on YouTube on Mondays. Yeah, and their first pay-per-view is November in Chicago. Excuse me, and they're charging $20 for it, which I think is smart. Very smart. MLW doesn't do it for me. I don't know why. Well, I get that. It took me a while for, I had to watch several episodes for myself to like really fall in love with the product. Number one, it's an hour, so it's easy to watch. Boom, an hour, done, gone. You don't have to sit through like 3 hours of what the hell was that, and it's if you're how do I say this? If you're a professional wrestling fan, whether the stars in the matches are big or not, you're going to get guaranteed at least 3 matches of decent wrestling. So that right there should give you a reason to watch MLW. And not everybody likes everyone that's on that show. I get that. Not everyone is a big star in that show, but there are significant players on that show that are bringing attention to it. They got the Von Erichs, new champ, Jacob Fatu. I'm going to say this till I'm blue in the face. Bonafide star. You got the Hart Foundation. Very interesting watching them as a group, keeping the Hart name alive in professional wrestling. You're not going to see it anywhere else. You got a lot of single stars, not a ton of tag teams. So it's a very unique brand. No women's division. It is what it is. It's a very simple brand built around, very key figures. So, and that's why I like it. It's simple. Boom. It's an hour. It's decent, easy to review. And the shows are crazy, so that's why, in time you'll get into it, but that's why I like it. That's why I love it. Where are we at here? Doesn't it? So, okay. Chris Sayago says, I still don't understand why Impact had gotten rid of Ali if most of these new shakeups haven't panned out. Excuse me. Are the ECW OGs? You got to remember when she came into the company, it was a very different company and there were different people running it. So if you remember who was with the company like 3 years ago, almost none of them are around anymore. Almost none of them. Eli, Drake, and Allie were some of the last ones, I believe. I'd have to look at, and this is what I'm talking about is like pre-Global Force Wrestling, because the company's been flipping around a lot over the last 3 years or so. 3 or 4 years. We've seen a lot of people come and go, but that's also because the industry is changing so much between WWE just snagging up everyone under the sun to new companies starting up to there's a lot of different places to go now. It depends on the individual and what they want to do with their career, But yeah, and I liked Allie, and I was shocked that when she left and she wasn't even under contract anymore, she finished out the storyline, and I don't know why they didn't try to keep her, because I was like really on board with her when she left as far as a fan. Her first match, I think, with the company, was, I'm trying to think, AEW was at the last show. I don't think she's got a match coming up at the next one. I could be wrong. I didn't look at the whole roster. I glanced at it earlier. I'm not going to watch it this weekend. I got a wedding to go to, so I'm not doing anything wrestling related from Friday on. Okay, I got a little more time to talk. So yeah, everything I'm going to be catching up on is going to be late Sunday or early next week. Still going to be catching up, including all the Impact Slammiversary weekend shows that I've missed, that the other two house shows they did. Andre says, Allie was aggressing and getting worse. Very bad footwork, very bad timing, very bad selling, etc. It was good move for Impact to get rid of her. MLW reminds me of TCW, Traditional Championship Wrestling. The company Matt Rivera owned a handful of years ago. Okay. Well, there's an opinion on Allie. You know, I mean, you watch stuff a little different than me, but similar. So, I mean, you noticed more stuff than I did. I didn't notice that, but I hear what you're saying, Andre. Changed a lot. I think Impact Wrestling is putting out the best product right now. What people are asking from the WWE is what Impact is already doing. Yeah, honestly, yeah, that's the truth, you know. Do you want a little edgier product? Boom, watch Impact Wrestling, watch MLW. I'm sure AEW is going to be a little edgier too. It's not going to be as violent as their last show. I mean, it was a little crazy with the blood and stuff, but it was just, you know, a chance to put some eyes on the product, and, you know. Impact Wrestling is putting, okay, we said that. She's got a match. Oh, Allie's got a match? Okay. Oh, she's wrestling Cody's wife, Brandy, I think. Yeah, that's it. At least that's it. I was on YouTube and I was watching WCW matches, and I like, dang, wrestling's changed a lot over time. Yeah, it has, totally. Yeah. People are calling WWE the new WCW because of its how crazy and goofy and crappy it's gotten. And that's hilarious. That's hilarious. I kind of agree with your Impact comment, but one thing is for certain. After the cluster of shows this past week, Impact Wrestling needs to hire more sound production people for the AV truck. I hear you. My only criticism, and I don't even think I said this in my review, I noticed that and after the first match, I didn't even notice this because I was more focused on the wrestling, what was going on, and everything, because there was so much going on. But I don't think the ring was mic'd. You know how you mic the ring for the big booms, you know, in the middle of the ring. Sometimes they mic it too much. I think in this case they didn't mic it enough or at all. Unless there was a huge slam in the ring, you didn't hear any like ring like noise, you know, when you stomp on the thing and you hit at the same time for that. Oh, you really hit him. No, you didn't really hit him. You just sounded like you really hit him, you know. It didn't sound like the ring was mic'd at all. That's my only criticism, really. Like I said, after the first match, or even halfway through the first match, I didn't even notice it because I was just enjoying the show. TCW is really good promotion. Okay. They have been very sloppy lately. Perfect example is right at the end of the Slammiversary opener with that epic narrator. You could hear sound production hype. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I heard this. Yeah, I hear you. Brandy, yeah. What's up, Paul? How's my day? I was helping the missus. She's doing a lot to help her son. My wife's son is getting married on Saturday. So I've been helping her with a few things here and there, but she's been like designing all the flowers for the girls and the the boutonnieres for the guys, and the biggest thing was the bouquet, the big bouquet for the new missus, and she was putting everything together with these artificial flowers, and some of them are very hard to cut or to trim the stems because they're super long. So I was helping her with that, and I was hulking up on these stems and trying to cut them with these wire clippers. And I was, and she would just like, shake her head and walk out of the room. Dolph Ziggler, it should have been me. Meme is funny. Yeah. So yeah, good chat. Thank you all for tuning in. Had some nice little viewers here. So yeah, I mean, to sum it up, like I was saying, if you look at a place that actually needs LAX, it's NXT. Because AEW's, I'm not saying they shouldn't get any more tag teams. They can get as many tag teams as they want. But AEW is going to put an emphasis on tag teams, and they want a strong tag team roster. So is it going to surprise me if LAX is actually done with the company and goes with AEW? No. But like I said, just take a second and look at it from their point of view. I mean, they're in a very unique position right now. As fans, I think Impact fans are going to follow them wherever. There's some significant people that have joined NXT within the last few months that, I'm not going to lie, it makes me want to watch. Seeing Swerve in there and stuff like that, man. I became a big fan of his in Lucha Underground, So I've been watching key people that I love watching in wrestling, and I'm very curious to see, what they're going to do with a guy like him. So, all right, a couple more. We're going to get out of here. Andre says, once AEW gets their TV deal, they're not going to be edgy. Let's not forget. Well, yeah, I mean, it's TNT. You're not going to see a ton of blood. Yeah. That was for like, the only time you're going to see that is like special pay-per-views and stuff like that. They've said that. Yeah. Let's not forget a good portion of AEW's management are SJW times. They're not going to be willing to do anything that offends certain demographic. Well, yeah, but they've also have done a lot of extreme things too. So, I mean, who knows? Sorry, I'm a little bit behind in the stream. Oh, whatever. That's good. It's all good. So, all right. So yeah, we're going to get out of here. Great discussion. Thank you so much for all you all for tuning in. Wow. Like I said, that's why I'm drinking a little bit of caffeine. I got a little bit to go here. I got to leave here in about half an hour. So we're going to get out of here. Thank you all for tuning in. And a little bit of merch news. I killed the last t-shirt shot I had. It just didn't catch. I thought I was putting out something that was going to catch, and it didn't. So I killed the Mox Design Smash This Podcast and put out the original Smash This Podcast logo under my own shop. So it's the same one that was on the Rant with Ant Wrestle Addict shop, a year ago. And so I took that design and I put it in my own. So there's brand new in the description, brand new shirts for this summer, the Smash This Podcast logo. So if you want to support the brand, and I mean legit support the brand, get you some Smash This Podcast merch. I don't have a ton of colors because I don't know if it's going to work with the logo. So I stuck with white. I thought white would be good because it is a unique logo. So I got tank tops and I got tees in the description. You can go check out the new link if you so like. Um, Most appreciated. Got new links for social media down at the bottom too. There's a newer Instagram and a new Facebook up. So yeah, go follow. Just building the brand, folks. Just building the brand. So, and don't forget, by all means, to smash that like button, smash that sub button, and ring that bell for notifications so that you know when more of my content hits your screen. Good night, folks.